Okay, we're going to enter the realm of the super sticky. I'm going to make these really pretty stars. They're just made of toffee. And you'll see I've done a whole bunch of different shapes and things, even a musical note. They're all made of toffee. Heart. Hold it up a bit better. Hearts. Even a caterpillar. Moon. All different shapes. Anyway, I thought they'd look great on top of, as a winter leaf. Thought they'd look really nice on top of some cupcakes and some cake decorations. So I thought I'd show you how to do them because I had a bit of fun with this and it's actually really easy to do. Just very sticky. I'll put these over here. Now, starting off, you just use some boiled lollies, whatever colour you like. Bear in mind a lot of them have different flavours. And we're going to try some, I'll just try some blue for this time. Just make some, blue hearts. Now, so we just put them inside a Ziploc bag. And they're really, really sticky. Just make them one layer. Get our trusty rolling pin. And without closing the bag, because you'll actually, if you fill the bag with air and it bursts, it's not going to be any good. Anyway. We now have a bag of crushed boiled lollies. I've got here just a baking tray with some aluminium foil on it. I'm spraying it with some just cheap vegetable cooking oil stuff. And then I'm going to spread these out in the middle of the tray as evenly as I can. Evenly because they will melt more evenly and you'll find you'll get your shapes better. And yes, I put the blue and green and a little bit of whatever else was in there. So keep them all together. I have the oven going at the moment. I'm going to put this in the oven for just a few minutes and they will melt, and I'll show you that in a moment. There they go into the oven. And we'll just give them a few moments and you see them melting. The oven is just as hot as I can get it, and it's a fan forced oven, but it doesn't have to be. Just while everything's cooking, I have selected my various cutters and I've given them a really good spray with oil. And they tend not to stick as much, which is really good. Anyway, give them a good spray. Our stuff is ready to get out now. You can see now everything has kind of melted and bubbling. We don't want them to burn on the edge, so we're going to get them out of the oven now. There we go, there's our toffee. And the first thing we do is grab our well-oiled cutters, and I'm going to go for the star shape, and we just plonk them straight down while this mixture is really, really hot, as close together as we can, because we want to make the most of the toffee. And do a blue heart. I quite like the effect that's happened now, the marbling. And I'm pushing them down into the toffee, being very careful not to burn myself or cut myself or anything else. I'll do another blue note. I quite like this idea of the blue note. See how it goes. So I'm just pushing them all down. Now the toffee actually cools quite quickly. I've got it on a tray. But what I want to do is, because it cools quite quickly, I can probably take the tray away just so that my mixture is on a really as flat as I can make it surface. In fact, we're probably able to. It's still hot, the toffee, and bear in mind this is a pretty good surface to do on. Now our toffee is on a completely flat surface. So just bear in mind these little cutters can get quite hot too. But so just bear in mind if you have just taken it out of the oven, you may need something just to push down on it. These are okay at the moment, but they do get hot. So you don't want to burn yourself on them. So we just wait a few moments. As I say, I keep pressing down. I don't know if I can, I think it's a bit late for me to put one in, but I might try even putting another one in because it's still fairly taffy-like. No, it's a bit late, a bit too late. We've got to do it as soon as the toffee comes out of the oven. Get it down there, whack them in. But don't worry, because all of this extra stuff, be careful not to touch it or you burn yourself. All this extra stuff, when it cools, we can just break it off And like I've done previously, we can just reuse all that and just remelt it. So we'll do that in a moment. Now, these are starting to set. You can see the toffee is starting to go hard. So what you do is you just, I get my hand underneath and I press lightly against the cutter from underneath on the outside, but being really careful not to press inside the middle of the cutter. Just breaking it up so you can start to take away those pieces of toffee. And these are on their own. They look amazing if you just wanted to stick them in just like that and use them, because they look pretty awesome. I've also used this same technique when making stained glass window biscuits, which means you actually kind of half bake the biscuits and then you come back and put the crushed lollies into the biscuit mixture and let them cook, so that you end up with a transparent stained glass section like this, which is really, really, really pretty. Especially coming up to Christmas, that it's good for anything. So you can see I'm just sort of breaking away the bits as I go, and you'll notice obviously the toffee has cooled quite a bit. And I just like to manoeuvre as much as I can out of the way. Then when we're coming ready to do our stars, that one's actually come away. And then what I do is I make sure that it's on a flat surface and I very, very carefully prise it out. And being oiled and everything, it should come out okay. And then we have our first blue heart. Really pretty. Pop that down over there. We'll try a star. Again, I'm constantly pushing down, trying to make sure that it's the stuff is away from it. It's a blue star. Just doing it little by little. Another one's come away. Just make sure it's flat and very, very carefully. Just sort of almost squeezing the cutter, really. And there we have our little blue star. Very pretty. And you keep going until you get all your pieces out, and then you can use them to decorate however you like. It's really, I thought it was going to be a lot harder, but it's really pretty simple. Here's another one. And out it comes. Just take that bit off. Another blue star. Enjoy it. It's a really fun thing to do.